new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Here's your host. The new Black.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Crypto in the Morning. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified global financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, the Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. And today we're going to be covering some hot news that's out now in the world of crypto as we look also at the crypto market, which I believe is a space that we can use, a tool that we can use to get to financial freedom, to build wealth, get rich, to build, to get out of debt, get rich, and to build wealth. If you are a believer in that as well, that this is an asset class, a tool that you can use, go and put in console #crypto and let us know what city, what state, what country you might be connecting from here today. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter from our virtual studios here in Decatur, Georgia. And we'd just love to know just how far our reach is here this morning as you guys let us know where you might be connected from as we get on with the show. We are going to begin our journey with a little motivation for African-American success. This comes from our wealth author, our Black wealth author, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. And today's title is Act on It. Act on It. Benjamin O. David, who was the first American to command a U.S. Army Air Force base, says things done is to act. The secret of getting things done is to act. And here's what Dr. Kimbrough says. A familiar song tells us to whistle a happy tune so no one will know we're afraid. Unlikely as it may seem, there's a lot of truth to that. Acting the way we would like to feel really does help us feel that way. In a university experiment, psychological researchers asked student volunteers to make 6 different facial expressions. The 6 emotions to be expressed were fear, surprise, disgust, sadness, anger, and happiness. The findings were surprising. When the volunteers looked afraid, their bodies reacted as if they were really afraid. Their heart rate speeded up and their skin temperatures dropped. For the most part, appropriate physical reactions also occurred when the other emotions were portrayed. Act as if is an important coping technique in many self-help programs. If you are fearful, act as if you are the bravest person you know. If you're having a down day, act as if your job to cheer everybody else up. The point, of course, is not to fool yourself about how you really feel. Acting successful is a prerequisite to success. Acting successful is a prerequisite to success. And here is our affirmation of the day. You can drop this in the comments or just simply repeat after me. Simply says this: I can accelerate my positive results by acting out my objectives. I can accelerate my positive results by acting out my objectives. And so that's what we have here today, guys. A little motivation for African-American success from our Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. I can accelerate my positive results by acting out my objectives. Let's find out who has joined us here this morning, guys, as we take a look and see what's going on in this crypto market. What's going on with Shatisha? Tanisha is in the house, man. My brother Adams is in the building. Thanks so much for joining us here today over on Facebook, Instagram, everyone else that might be joining us as well. I'm going to share my screen here, guys, and we will get right into this thing this morning. Let's find out what's going on in crypto. Now, I know some of you guys probably woke up this morning feeling all right, as it looks like we've got through a little bit of the turmoil. As I mentioned to you yesterday, Brother Powell was going to be releasing some information, the fair, and that wasn't much information at all. So we're back to back to business as normal. We see here, guys, that a little bit of faith has come back into the market, a little bit of greed. We're at 28 yesterday. Our fear and greed index, we're now at 29, but we can see some recovery taking place as we take a look at the market itself. So in the cryptocurrency market now at $2.27 trillion in the cryptocurrency market. So money is coming right back in to the market. So as I mentioned, guys, I believe what we were looking at and what we still are looking at has been a consolidation. When I say consolidation, what I'm saying is it's basically been an opportunity for people who hadn't gotten started, for people who have been looking for better prices on particular assets that they'd be interested in. I think that just sets you up for a wonderful time. There's a couple things that I mentioned over the past couple of episodes. I mentioned Ethereum was a great buy. I picked some of that up. We're up 5% on Ethereum. I mentioned that Solana was a great buy at a particular time. Guess what? We're up 12% in Solana over the past 24 hours. So some of these things, obviously, I just make calls based upon what I see as it relates to value versus price. And I still think Ethereum is an absolute bargain. I can very easily see this as a $10,000 coin very soon. And I'm going to be talking to the BBC about why. As a level 1 project, which has a lot of level 2, level 3 layers to it that's built upon it, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't see in the cryptocurrency market if it wasn't for the creation of Ethereum. So a lot of things ride or built on top of Ethereum. And so that is really a foundational coin for a lot of other projects that you might be interested in. But nonetheless, Bitcoin is still on top, representing almost $49,000 per coin at this particular point. Almost on its way back up 2% over the past 24 hours. Again, Ethereum now $4,000 coin. This stuff been going kind of sideways over the past week. It did take a drop last week, and then it's kind of been moving and consolidating ever since then. Solana again is up 12% over the past 24 hours. Cardano coming in at number 6. It jumped up 5%, $1.32 per coin. All of our ADA fans out there, I think that's still a great buy at that particular price. I'm not a huge ADA fan myself. I chose a few other things as I have diversified my portfolio. XRP is 83 cents per coin right now, up 2%. Polkadot, another layer 1 protocol, up 6%. Avalanche made a huge move. It's up 18% over the past 24 hours. So we see basically you have a lot of volatility in the cryptocurrency market. You have to be able to stomach the lows in order to appreciate the highs. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You must be able to stomach your lows in order to appreciate the highs. And as I mentioned to you guys, as we've been talking about that, millionaires are made when things are low, right? Because they buy low. See, what most people do is they get scared when it gets low. They stay away. They think things are going down to zero. They don't buy. Then things rise up. It gets to all-time highs. They want to go ahead and buy, so they feel like they're missing out. They're on the wrong end of the spectrum. They're making moves at the wrong time simply because their emotions get the best of them. That is the fear and greed index. My mentor Warren Buffett simply says they're greedy when other people are fearful. Let's take a look at some of the news here, guys, because we got some powerful news here today. Man, first let's start with Michael Jordan. That's right, Michael Jeffrey Jordan and his son, right? They are jumping into Web3 via Solana. Okay, so the NBA legend and son Jeffrey Jordan are launching Air, H-E-I-R, a fan engagement platform built on the Solana blockchain. Now, what does that say, guys? Let's know that Solana is pretty valuable. As I mentioned to you, Solana, I saw it as a good buy. It's up 12% today, right? Michael Jordan, the 6-time NBA champion, and his son are jumping into crypto. They are adopting crypto, and they're launching their own platform, which is a fan engagement platform called Air, a Web3 fan engagement platform built on Solana. Air has raised $10 million in seed funding and will launch in 2022. So a fan engagement crypto platform basically being funded and developed by the Jordans. So the platform Air is designed to link professional athletes with their most ardent supporters. So this is kind of like Chili's and Socios project. It will feature an Air token, right, which is their own cryptocurrency minted on Solana blockchain, adds value to Solana, and will showcase NFT assets along with community building features that let fans join an athlete's limited capacity huddle for exclusive access and benefits. So you're seeing how they're using some of these social projects to give what we would call exclusive access to their most ardent supporters, their most ardent fans, and so that's what this is looking to do here. So parent company Air Incorporated has been co-founded by Michael and his son Jeffrey Jordan and has raised $10 million in seed funding to launch culturally inspired consumer brands rooted in tech and entertainment per a release. All right, so Jeffrey Jordan will co-lead the firm alongside former Nike brand manager Ron Smith and marketing consultant Daniel George. The Air platform is set to launch in 2022. So be on the lookout, man. We're seeing some stuff happen here. A social crypto platform launching in 2022. 2022 should be a pretty big year, but we have some investors like Lonzo Ball, William Wesley, Reddit co-founder 776 founder Alexis Ohanian, and Solano Ventures as well. So you have some interesting names which have invested in this platform, which will be launching in 2022. So Air is the latest example of a burgeoning social token and fan engagement movement developing into the crypto space. Platforms like Rally and Roll let athletes, entertainers, artists, and influencers alike mint their own crypto tokens, which fans can purchase to support them, earn access to exclusive perks, and potentially benefit should their star rise even further. Okay, so this is the new platform Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan, and his son are developing on the Solano blockchain. Right, NBA star Kevin Durant is also in the crypto news as he signed a deal with Coinbase. Right, so NBA and Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant has agreed to a new promotional deal with crypto exchange Coinbase. And I'm actually, Kevin Durant is actually is a very savvy businessman. He's going to appear as the face of a brand for Coinbase. And in turn, here's what he's going to get. Coinbase will run cryptocurrency ads and sponsored content on Boardroom, which is Kevin Durant's sports website. And they're also going to donate to Durant's charitable foundation to support the youth. So in exchange, this is the deal in exchange for him being a face and speaking for Coinbase. That's kind of what he gets. Durant's manager said that Kevin does very few brand deals, and that was by design. They're new to this model brand partner for us, where they do integrate in all different parts of our business. Kevin Durant said that even when he was young, he was curious about the business side of things. He was always trying to learn from the people he's gotten to meet along the way. Basketball was always number one for me, but it was clear that there was a lot more that I could accomplish if I had the right team around me. So you got Michael Jordan, NBA legend, right, diving into crypto. You have Kevin Durant, current what some would call the best player in the NBA right now, right, adopting crypto, right? So this is more adoption, more good news, more more bullish news for the crypto space. And this particular thing is for Coinbase, all right? But that's not it, guys. We got a little bit more news for you. How about this? Payment services giants Visa, MasterCard, and who else? I don't know who else. And PayPal, right? Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal are expanding their crypto capabilities and continuing to invest across the industry. So Visa, right? MasterCard, right? PayPal, right, are investing in this crypto space. Hey, it was a report came out from MoffettNathanson. He told the clients, a New York-based research firm, told the clients on Wednesday that payment services giant Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal, they don't see the rise of crypto industry as a threat, but they both will continue to invest across the crypto ecosystem. Note underscores a growing acceptance, right? Acceptance of crypto among older payment services companies. Why is that? Because they realize, hey, we either adapt or we begin to lose market share, right? And highlights their efforts to adapt to a changing environment, right? The environment is changing. The way people do business is changing. The way people pay for stuff is changing. And Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal are smart enough to say, you know what? We are willing to change as well. Visa sees crypto's relevance extending beyond payments and itself as a layer 2 solution that can operate on top of the blockchain network, as the company does with fiat-based networks. Visa is also expecting strong volume growth over the next 1 to 2 years from partnerships with crypto wallets. The company's SVP and global fintech head Terry Angelos told MoffettNathanson. MasterCard is benefiting from cross-border crypto on and off-ramp flows at crypto exchanges and wallets and sees crypto as an opportunity to build new products, right? Says Raj Damodaran, who is the executive vice president of blockchain and digital assets products. So MasterCard has a has a job, which is the executive vice president of blockchain and digital asset products on their team. Okay, they have created a space, right, for someone to go and learn and research and all that good stuff, and they got a position for that person. Raj Mornin, who is the executive vice president of blockchain and digital asset products. The company is also aiming to become an on-ramp to the NFT marketplace. What does that say? They're saying, hey, you know what? NFTs is a big space. A lot of money is going around, transacting over here in this space. We want to be one of these players where people can come through MasterCard and able to buy or sell or transact in an NFT marketplace. And they want to add cryptocurrencies to its multi-rail network as native currencies for settlement. Now, what does that mean? That means that there are some cryptocurrencies which will be used for payment, what they call settlement finality. We understand, or we have learned, that Visa and MasterCard, they go through a lot of different what we call confirmations and quite a little bit of time for a settlement to be cleared. Well, if they add cryptocurrencies which can settle in considerably less amount of time, then you might start to see the rise of some of these payment coins, like an XRP, like a AMP, right? That might start to take relevance. Dogecoin could be, considered as well. Meanwhile, PayPal is investing in education-related initiatives in hopes of reaching a wider audience. The company is also working on opening its platform to allow interactions with DeFi networks and the ability for users to transfer crypto in and out of its digital wallet safely. So right now, if you are using PayPal to acquire crypto, which I think they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and maybe Bitcoin Cash, you can't transfer that stuff in and out. The same thing that happens if you're utilizing Robinhood to acquire crypto. You can't transfer in and out. And so one of the things of this space where we say we can be our own bank is where we're actually able to move our crypto around to get the best bang for our buck for that which we own. So just understand, again, if you're using Robinhood or PayPal, you cannot transfer in and out. So the only thing that you can do is to buy and or sell. So that actually is limiting you in some of the functionality that's available in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so just understand that, guys. Of course, hopefully you've done your research. Hopefully you've done your due diligence. Most people haven't. But, if you didn't know that, now you know, okay? Let's catch up on these comments, man, and we'll go to some more news that you can use here in this cryptocurrency space, man. What's going on, Mississippi? Now, Glenda Tate Williams, good morning to you. Janelle Rhonda Holmes in a building. What's going on, Mr. Troop? People swipe debit cards every day and don't believe in a digital money. I know that's right. When is Western Union going to go out of business? It ain't gonna be long, man. This revolution is happening. This evolution is happening, and quite honestly, man, hopefully, I would think that Western Union might evolve as well. Who knows? Who knows? They might add on crypto as well. Look at this, guys. Right? Crypto firm Lind raises $70 million for Bitcoin-backed mortgages. Okay. Now, we have kind of talked about this a little bit and how, this crypto space is kind of disrupting every industry. Now we're talking about a Bitcoin-backed mortgage offering, the world's first. They raised $70 million. Find out what Lind is doing, or Ledin. I guess it'll be L-E-D-N. They just put or I guess because it's HODL. So Ledin. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, L-E-D-N. So it's out of Canada, right? They're a crypto lending firm. Announced a $70 million raise in Series B funding, right? The fresh financing brings Lind's market value, which is $540 million. They got all these people that back them, Coinbase Ventures, Alan Howard, all this stuff. Let's find out. Lind said it would be used to fresh capital to support growth, specifically plans to build what it claims to be the world's first Bitcoin-backed mortgage product. Okay, Bitcoin-backed mortgage product, which means that says that obviously in order to use your Bitcoin as collateral, right, for a mortgage to a house, that you must have some Bitcoin, right? Okay, all right, it's Bitcoin-backed. So it sounds like they are willing to lend basically mortgage type money for Bitcoin as collateral. That's what it sounds like. But let's keep going. Most people that hold extensive wealth in Bitcoin still can't utilize their assets to qualify for a mortgage at a bank. Says Adam Rees, Lynn, and co-founder and CEO. Our clients want to diversify their portfolio in order to protect their wealth and then utilize that wealth for instances such as purchasing a home. But one should not come at the expense of the other. So right now, if you wanted to use Bitcoin to buy a home, you would have to sell your Bitcoin, get the capital, and then use the capital as a down payment or as a purchase of the home. What they're saying is, hey, Bitcoin is a store of value. Bitcoin or crypto is an asset class. So there should be products, or we're going to create a product that's going to give people the option or the ability to be able to leverage their cryptocurrency or leverage their Bitcoin to qualify for a mortgage to buy a home. Okay, pretty cool. Bitcoin, the market's largest cryptocurrency, is currently traded at 47.6. Right, leaving the mainstream power. Keep it. According to the Reeds, who is again the Lind CEO or something like that, a new Bitcoin-based mortgage offering will provide access to key financial products for those who choose to invest outside the mainstream of legacy banks. So, what does it say? This says that hey guys, there is what we would call alternative lending, and crypto is in that space, right? Alternative lending. And crypto is in that space of alternative lending. Lynn said the product is slated to become available to clients in the United States and Canada early next year. The company is targeting over 100 million in Bitcoin-backed mortgage originations by the end of Q1 of 2022. So we're talking about by March of next year, they want to be able to roll out Bitcoin-backed mortgage origination, lending options, mortgage options through Bitcoin, and they're looking to have this thing launched basically in the next 3 months to clients in the United States and Canada. Lynn's business model is a true win-win for investors and borrowers alike, as it gives investors the ability to earn strong returns on their digital asset investments while providing great interest rates to borrowers. And he's now the Lynn borrower call. So I'm wondering, I wonder kind of what kind of rates and all that stuff, because the rates should, I don't know if they're going to be increased by, because we just had Powell say they're going to increase rates 3 times next year. I don't know when the first rate increase is going to happen. But here, this is just good news. Here's why this is interesting and good news, I would say, right? Because, for those that's been, in crypto for a while, that's been accumulating Bitcoin. The thing that wealthy people do is they do not sell their assets. See, here's the thing. Some of us simply really still don't understand what we own. Therefore, we'll easily let it go, right? I heard somebody tell me that they sold a Bitcoin, they got a car or something like that. And I was like, that was very interesting. Why'd you do that? But, there are traders in this world, and people, I guess, I just don't see why you would trade Bitcoin, but some people do. And it may be because they simply don't value it enough to own it long term. But there's something that I just simply won't trade. I won't sell. And Bitcoin is one of them. As you accumulate this thing and as it grows in value, now you have this thing called leverage that you could use, which you may not have had in the past. So can you imagine someone who's been in Bitcoin for the past 5 years, and they may have started out investing, I don't know, $1,000, $3,000, something like that. Back when Bitcoin was 3,000 or 500 or something like that, and now they're sitting on 47 times 2, which basically $100,000 in Bitcoin, and they believe that it could continue to rise because now we're at 90% mined, which means we got 90% of a total amount of Bitcoin which will ever be created has already been created. We only got 10% left over the next 20 years, right? And so the production is going to slow. The demand is still high, and which will drive the value or the price, not drive the value, but drive the price of this asset up. The value is in the demand. The value is what you can do with it. So then if you're able to have this what we call digital gold in your portfolio that you can leverage for inflationary cash to be able to buy the house or buy the car or start the business. That's what you want. You want to be able to own assets that you can leverage if you understand the game. And so that's one of the things that wealthy people do. They just accumulate, and then they leverage their assets they accumulate to go buy more assets that they can accumulate. Right? This is how you think. These people have all this real estate portfolios and these stock portfolios and things like that, where they're not using their own money. They're just leveraging what they own to acquire more, and then eventually paying off what they have borrowed with rents and things like that from that which they have leveraged. This is all strategy, beautiful people. And unfortunately, the problem is that many people who are not wealthy nor have what we call financial education, they're not hip to this thing called wealth strategies. Everybody put also wealth strategies. So if you think about it, right, why would someone who doesn't have any wealth, why would they ever go and speak to a wealth advisor or wealth strategist or a money manager? They just wouldn't, because they don't have any really much money to manage. But what I found is that if you manage the little bit that you have better, eventually you'll have more, right? In order to be able to manage more, right? What it say in the good book says something about if you be responsible with little, you will be entrusted with more, something like that. I think something like I'm not an expert in this, but it says something like that in the good book. Anyway, what's going on, Marley Jones? How are you? Good morning to you from Brooklyn. What's going on, Mr. Lamar G? Cleveland in the house. Crypto, collecting crypto, all 22, buy and hold. So do you feel that crypto is an asset, even though you can lose it all with no insurance? What does insurance have to do with an asset? What is I don't know what insurance would have to do with an asset, right? And unfortunately, if you don't know, there is crypto insurance out there. There are crypto insurance products out there as well, right? It probably would mean that you would have to give up your keys in order to insure it, but there are actually crypto insurance products out there. But it doesn't, insurance or no insurance does not take away from an asset. You know what I mean? It does not take away or add to an asset. It just says that, hey, just in case we'll cover, right? So, and this is the thing. This is what I would say. I would say that because of this, this thought of insurance, which many people pay a whole bunch of money for but never use, this is what's going to make it hard for some people to leave the legacy system, right? Because what they say is, hey, if you put your money into a bank account, although it's not going to grow, we'll insure it. FDIC will insure it for what, $250,000, right? So instead of growing your money, in essence for growth, you're giving up growth for security. And so you're saying, hey, well, at least this is protected, quote unquote. Now there's strategies that you can use with that as well, but you give up growth for security, right? And that's a choice I think that one has to make. One has to make, giving up the ability to grow something versus the ability to secure it. Now we can also start to begin to what I would say, we could also begin to compare growth, right? You can try to grow something in stock options. Options aren't secure, right? You make a play. If it doesn't go your way, you lose your money. Margin isn't secure, right? You make a play, you leverage, 10x, 100x your capital to try to make a play. It doesn't go your way. That isn't secure. 4x, that isn't secure, or that isn't insured. So I guess it depends on what you're comparing it to. But in this particular case, we're saying, hey, you have investment strategies, you have accumulation strategies, and here's the deal. For me, I don't know about for anybody else, I would rather take the chance and lose it all, right? If Bitcoin go to zero, hey, it is what it is. But I'm giving myself an opportunity and a chance to do something that's new, that's different, with a new system that could overtake what we are currently using. Because somebody answer this for me. this current financial system that you're operating in, is it working for you? Okay, this current financial system, this legacy financial system that's been around for years and years and years, decades, is it working for you, or have you gotten it to work for you? That's a great question. So, to each his own, I guess. But yeah, it definitely. I mean, it's not that I have, I qualified it as an asset. It has been qualified as an asset from those who run the money systems, right? They have called it an asset, not just me. I'm just repeating what I've heard, really. But Eric Troop said this was, hey man, every dollar is only insured up to a certain amount, but it's still worth what it's worth. Absolutely. Right, only has value that we put on it. Hey, anything only has value that we put on it. Right, what's going on, Miss Teresa? How are you? Right, where do you see Ethereum sending to by this year next time? Great question, Lamar. Man, those are questions that we conversations that we have in our crypto club. Man, definitely may want to join that, and we had these wonderful conversations on Saturdays about where we see things in the future. Right, current finances not working for me. I know that's right. All right, let's keep going, man. Let's keep going, right? So I don't really do price predictions for the public, guys. I just really don't, right? Where do you see it? That's a better question, because I see Ethereum as being valuable, and I understand what I own, and I'm happy with the amount that I own and where I see it for the future. All right, now there's another music NFT startup called Sound, which is emerging. Okay, so we have a few of them that are out. Audius, I think Royal. I mentioned Opulus. Right, here's another NFT startup. Sound offers musicians a new model. So let's find out what they're trying to do in this latest Web3 startup with plans to use NFTs to disrupt the music industry. So I think it's pretty clear at this point that crypto is really targeting the music industry, right? They're really going after it, saying, you know what, here's a new way to do business. Here's a new way to generate capital. Here's a new way to be able to leverage or to monetize your tribe, in a sense, for all of these up and coming artists. All right, and imagine that in this industry, people know it's a big problem, right? They know that the problem with you got the music, but you don't make the money it could be a big problem. So anyway, Sound lets musicians sell NFTs tied to their songs. Really isn't really super new. NFTs let fans leave comments on a new song, which is very interesting, right? But let's see what they're talking about here. They got a $5 million raising for Sound. It believes that it offers a superior way to promote and reward musicians using NFTs, right? So we have the music industry and we have NFTs. It says that the streaming-based music economy that they currently have right now is broken, especially for artists who are not already famous. So they want to fix this. So many artists and their stories and songs go unrecognized. It's because the discovery method is broken, says Greenstein, explaining that the streaming platform model treats everyone alike, paying fractions of a penny when a song is played. This arrangement, he points out, doesn't allow fans to pay more for new artists they are passionate about, and nor does it let artists build relationships with their fans. While a streaming service might let a performer know they can have a cluster of listeners in a given city, it doesn't provide a way to identify or interact with them. So Greenstein and Sound believe they have a solution. They're tapping into the new tools offered by Web3, in particular NFTs, to create a new social and economic paradigm in the music industry. So Sound lets musicians create a batch of 25 NFTs for the songs they release. The NFTs, which will sell for 0.1 ETH, which right now is around $400. As we know, that could grow, that could go down. Come with the right to inscribe a comment at a certain portion of the song, while the artist designates one NFT in each batch as a golden egg that provides additional rewards or perks and benefits. So like we see with Michael Jordan over here, creating a social platform to give fans exclusive and golden opportunities with the athletes that they support. We see this happening over here in the music industry, saying, hey, you have fans that you're going to support typical or specific type of music, as well as artists that they may have found, underground artists, local artists, things like that, and then they can support them as well. The same way that you might see something like this that you're watching as a content creation And you might say, hey, we want to support ERGJ and his channel, right? So meanwhile, Sound is also creating forums called listening parties where musicians and their fans convene for the NFT experience. According to the company, it only took a few minutes to generate 21 million streams worth of revenue for the 7 artists Sound invited to the platform. Sound expects to bring many more in the coming months. So they had these listening parties and NFT experience. They invited 7 artists to come onto the platform to participate in the listening party, and they were able to generate more than 21 million streams worth of revenue in the few minutes that they had this listening party. So I imagine there's a whole bunch of people coming in and they're streaming this music at the same time and generating all of these spins worth of revenue. So Sound Greenstein and Sound, all of this is a way to create a more intimate way for fans to discover and celebrate musicians. He points out that fans are much more likely to buy a singer's t-shirt at a concert, which is an emotional experience, than on the website. Sound is seeking to replicate that emotional concert experience by making the release of a musician's new song an event in which fans can participate. As for the NFTs, buyers can sell them, but doing so means losing the right to be one of the 25 people who can comment on the blockchain, a privilege that is meant to serve as a status symbol and a way for someone to demonstrate they like the band early on. So we see again another platform coming out, looking to disrupt the music industry. We got Sound. We mentioned Audience, which is a blockchain-powered decentralized streaming service, and Royal came out from DJ Lau, who raised $16 million in his NFT-based music platform as well. And then we have Opulus. So it's going to be very interesting to see as time moves on, as we get into 2022, which artists may dive into this crypto space and utilize this new technology to look to build their audience and also make and earn money from what they do. Who decides that they want to try something new versus trying to keep doing things the way things have always been done. Who's pro crypto, who's not in this music space. And we've heard the stories, guys, about Tory Lanez, the Canadian rapper, and what's his name? His name is slipping me. He's a DJ, he's a producer. Anyway, his name is slipping me right now. But but we have more and more artists, producers who are Snoop Dogg, obviously is pro crypto as well, who dropped something. Method Man, pro cryptos has dropped something as well. The Weeknd has some NFTs. I could probably go on and on. I was trying to think of this one particular one though, because he recently came out with something and I can't think of his name. But at any rate, so that's what's going on, guys. Got some pretty bullish news, some wonderful articles out today. Crypto's doing a recovery as well, as we kind of move into today being a Thursday. And just I'm still bullish. I was able to kind of acquire some more things on my watch list for a little bit better price, and hope they continue to run up and continue to add to my portfolio and all that good stuff as well. Anyway, that's what we got for you here today, here on Crypto in the Morning. Definitely, hopefully you got some value out of it. If you did, throw some hand claps in the chat or some pineapples representing that you learned something here today. Soldier Boy has a song. He's crypto friendly as well. What's his name? He's the beat. He makes beats. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name right now. He makes beats, dope beats. A brother, I can't think of his name. Soldier Boy has a song out. Soldier Boy has a song out with Little Pump, so they're crypto friendly as well. He's right up there with dang, I can't think of his name. Anyway, you guys, somebody knows his name. I'll probably come up, probably hit me once I get off. All right, man, I'm your host, ERGJ, certified global financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise and the Black Bazaar. This is Crypto in the Morning, where we bring you info that you need to know as it relates to the thing. Because is Pharrell crypto? Pharrell Williams is he's creating a decentralized. He's creating like a crypto nonprofit. That's what Pharrell is doing. We got quite a few people that's doing something in this crypto space. I can't think of everybody off the top of my head. But at any rate, that's what we got for you, man. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's keep building as we climb together. We got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we really need. And thank God that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.